Konnichiwa minasan! Episode 12 of Pokémon Horizons has dropped, so that means it's time for another Pokémon Horizons review! If you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss another video. Episode 12 starts with Liko having the idea of regrowing the forest. Now let's be honest, that would take a long time, but this is Pokemon and anything and everything can happen within the Pokemon universe. Sprigatito starts gathering berries and Fuecovo starts tilling the soil. But with no water, no forest will grow. We go back to the airship and see Dot editing her video. I feel your pain, Dot, I really do. And as she tries to upload it, well, she can't because the signal, the connection, is very bad. She sends this to the group chat, which Freed, Orla, and Murdoch see. With this information, Freed goes out to try and get a better reception. While out on Charizard, Pikachu sees the cause of the bad signal, that being a Magneton. Just weird that Magneton's there in the middle of the city causing this bad signal to happen. Pikachu scares it off and the signal is restored. With the signal restored, Liko is able to get through to Freed and explain what is happening. Freed heads on over to the forest, but not just him. Orla and Ludlow, what are you doing here? Well, without him, there will be no rain, because he has a Quagsire. What does Quagsire do? It uses Rain Dance. With that, Oliva uses its ability Falling Seeds to quickly regrow the forest instead of wishing many years. And all of the Pokemon that left are back. Don't ask me where they were hiding. Only place I can think of is in the small part of the forest that was still there, you know, a very cramped space. And Liko's pendant activates once again, turning into this mysterious Pokemon. With that as well, Oliva drops this sphere on top of the mysterious Pokemon, Liko and Roy, and they get to see a mysterious figure who seems to have Pokemon around him. The shadow of the man is saying, I want you to find the world's... what? The world's what? The world's largest pizza? The world's largest boulder? The world's smallest pebble? We don't know. And then the mysterious Pokemon goes back into the pendant. The ancient monster ball that was on Oliva, really, should have been obvious when you think about it, is Oliva's Pokeball, and goes back into it. Roy now holds on to this ancient monster ball, which I think is fair. You know, Liko has a pendant, any ancient monster balls that come across which go onto Roy's person. And about time we see an explorer. Yes, that's right, we see Spinel spying on the crew. We only see a small snippet of him here. We then follow Freed to the library, who's looking up about the ancient monster balls, and who comes into the library? The person that he's been trying to get through to, Miss Lucca. Miss Lucca suggests that they leave the library as her squawkabilly is making a bit too much noise. Back on the airship, we see Liko give Roy the books that her father gave to her to give to Roy. Roy screams in excitement as he realizes he knows one of the books and was read one of the books by his grandfather. Miss Lucca explains that the ancient monster balls belonged to an adventurer called Lucius. Back on the airship, we see Liko and Roy go through the book that Roy knows about the ancient adventurer and his 6 Pokemon. Now, 2 of the 6 Pokemon, one's a black Rayquaza and one is a Pokemon that heals, which points to Oliva. Back once again to Miss Lucca and Freed says to Miss Lucca that she must know something about the pendant as she is Liko's mother. Oh my god! Whoa! It's falling off. Not that big of a bombshell. It was kind of obvious that she would end up being Liko's mother. But Miss Lucca knows nothing about the pendant, as the pendant was never hers. It was her grandmother's. And the grandmother gave it to Liko when she started her new school. So if they wanted to ask any questions, they would have to ask Liko's grandmother. But where could she possibly be? Well, thank you, Squawkabilly, for telling us where she is. In an old castle in Galar. That's right, in the Galar region is Liko's grandmummy. Liko ends up ringing her father to ask about the story, and he explains that he made that story once he heard it from Liko's grandmother. So Liko just tells Roy it was made up, but Roy goes, no, there's truth to this. Once Freed is back on the airship, he says to Liko, well, it's your choice, where are we going next? You decide what we're doing next. And Liko has decided to go and visit old grandmummy, but even Liko doesn't know where she is, but like I said, thanks to Squawk and Billy, Freed knows and says, well, she's in Galar in an old castle, so we just gotta find the oldest castle in Galar, and well, she should be there. Just before the episode ends, we see a BHM on top of a tree, which is being used by Spinel to spy on the crew. And it turns out the reason they didn't have signal was because of Spinel as well, as he owns the Magneton. He's been analyzing the crew, and it seems like he wants to stop their adventure right here, right now. So it looks like in episode 13 we're going to kick it off with the crew facing off against Spinel. But can Spinel, just one man with his Pokemon, take down the whole Rising Voltactors? It's a possibility. Will there be someone else there for Spinel? What other trials and tribulations will they face in the next episode, if any? What I'm most excited about is that we've started in Kanto. We've landed in Paldea. We're going to the Galar region next. In 12 episodes, we've been in 2 regions. In the next few episodes, we're going to be in the Galar region, which is awesome. I can't wait to see what other regions we're going to go to soon. Alright, it wouldn't even be soon, it'd be a little later. But will we see some blasts from the past as well? I hope so. Of course, you'll hit us with some nostalgia, Pokemon. Hit us with some nostalgia. But yeah, a lot more happening in this episode than the last few episodes, which is good. It's steadily progressing the story, and again, I think it's doing fairly well. You'll know when I think it sucks. I will let you know when I think Pokémon Horizons is starting to go down. But let me know what you thought of this episode down below, what you thought of the whole series as a whole so far, if you just have been totally ignoring it, or have you already dropped it? Let me know down below, let's have a conversation about it. But that's it for me, BDB, Etikiman.